Hello and welcome to Citi Sports Roundup with me, Nathan Kwao. Coming up, Ghana's Black Queens to face Senegal in 2 international friendlies this month. Also, Black Stars dropped to 60th place in latest FIFA rankings. And Frank Lampard returns to Chelsea as caretaker manager until the end of the season. Let's get to the details of our stories now. When Ghana's Black Queens will face Senegal in 2 international friendlies this month as part of preparations for future competitions. The Black Queens were originally expected to play Algeria this month. However, the North Africans pulled out of the friendlies due to unseen circumstances. Nora Hoptel's side will now face their counterparts from Senegal in 2 test matches on Saturday, April the 8th and on Tuesday, April the 11th, 2023 at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hoptel will use these matches as an opportunity to assess the strength of her squad ahead of the qualifiers for the WAFU B Cup and the African Women's Cup of Nations. We stay with the national team, and the men's senior team, the Black Stars, have dropped 1 place in the latest FIFA World Rankings despite being unbeaten during the last international break. Prior to the latest ranking, Ghana occupied the 59th position in the world following the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Following the international break, which saw Chris Hughton's record being a win and a draw in their doubleheader against Angola in the 2023 AFCON qualifiers, Ghana has now dropped to 60th place in the world. The Black Stars, however, maintained their 11th position on the African continent behind Morocco, who are now 11th in the world. Senegal, Tunisia, Algeria, Nigeria, and Burkina Faso are all in the rankings. We stay with the Black Stars, and former player of that team is Godwin Atram. He has backed new head coach Chris Hughton to have a major impact on the current squad following quite a good start to his time as Black Stars head coach. Hughton has guided the team to 4 points from a possible 6 in their doubleheaders against Angola, and that's all of that in the qualifiers. Now, speaking of the qualifiers and speaking to Citi Sports in an exclusive interview, Atram believes Hughton's familiarity with the squad and the technical team will set him up for huge success with the national team.
I don't think there's a problem of appointing Chris Hughton. Football, sometimes there are some decisions that can happen, and you as a coach, you have to be able to take the mantle by yourself. If you can see, is here watching all the local based players. It was at our game to watch the Meteors, which we all knew that they are the future Black Stars boys. He's here with Coach Didi, and they were the technical team that took the team to the current World Cup that we just ended. He was there, Coach Didi was there, Boateng was there. So I don't think that we are going to see something different. They have to take the mantle, and they have taken it. All we need to do is to support them so that they can qualify and then go to the AFCON to win the cup for the nation. We want to win a cup. And by doing that is by having strong technical team that can handle the boys very, very well.
Let's stay with some local news and let's do some club football now. And interim Asante Kotoko coach Abdoulaye Ghazale has expressed confidence in the team's ability to defend their title this season. The defending champions drew goalless with King Faisal on Wednesday in their outstanding game to move up to 5th place on the table with 9 games to go. The Porcupine Royals are 5 points behind league leaders Aduana Stars, but Ghazale believes that there's still enough time to clinch the title.
Yes, up to a particular up to extent, because when you look at the way we didn't start the game well in terms of multiplying in our opponent half. You cannot score a goal when you are not more in the opponent half. Clearly, you could see that today my 2 strikers were not able to move like the way they used to move, and I'm sure that we are going to work on it and then we get them back to their feet. Well, clearly you could see that they were not moving in order to get the ball into the net. So like I said before we start the game, the instructions are not clear. Once they are able to get it, and you cannot use one day to do that, it will take time. And I believe the way we have started, clearly you could see that the second half, if they were to play like the second half, in the first half, we could have gotten the goals that we needed before we go to recess. I believe if we are able to work on whatever thing that we are doing, we have about 9 to 10 days before our next match. Clearly, we'll use that particular one to work on that particular problems, and then we go into that match. Oh yes, why not? Because we still have about 9 matches to go. With these 9 matches, there are a lot of points over there, and we also know that those who are on top, they are also going to drop points, whilst we are also coming up.
Let's stay with some more club news. An assistant coach of King Faisal, Godwin Ablodi, has pointed to a lack of efficiency in front of goal as the team's biggest problem this season. His comments come after the Kumasi-based side failed to find the back of the net in their draw with Asante Kotoko on Wednesday. Ablodi says the team must pick up maximum points in their remaining games to avoid dropping into the relegation zone.
I think that's the chances that we've created, and if we're missing chances, this is our biggest problem that we have in the team. No, we're still working on it because we created all the chances in the first half. Even in the second half, we got. I think today we had a penalty, but the referee ignored it. It's his decision, but I think we had a penalty. It was a clear, but he was closer to the place and he didn't whistle for us. But it is football, so it happens in the game. No, when you look at the points build up, we need to win more because the points are close. When you lose one or you draw, when somebody wins, you overtake you. So you need to win your matches so that you don't go back to relegation. Because those who are under us, same point, and those are the 1-2 points. So we need to win our matches. Make sure that we don't go back to the relegation zone. I think our defense and the goalkeeper, they are doing a marvelous job because our biggest problem is what I told you from the starting: the striking, the scoring of the goals. That's our biggest problem. The defenders, the goalkeeper, we don't have problem. But the finishing, the one who is going to finish the game for us, this is what we are lacking in King Faisal.
You're still watching Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV with me, Nathan Kwao. When we return, we'll bring you some more stories. Welcome back. This is still Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV with me, Nathan Kwao. Let's do some more stories. And we stay with the Betpower Ghana Premier League. And Great Olympics' Japanese attacker, Jindo Morishita, has outlined a number of reasons rendering the local top flight league unattractive this season. The 27-year-old is close to ending a third season in Ghana, having initially joined Division 1 side the Busion Dwarfs back in 2017 before switching to play for the two-time Ghana Premier League champions in the second transfer window. Speaking to Citi Sports in an exclusive interview, Morishita highlighted poor refereeing, a lack of promotion for the league as key factors affecting the current state of the local top flight.
You know, there's a lot of things that need to be improved. Talking about football, it's really physical. But I've seen a lot of issues, like when it comes like match, management, especially the promotion as well. And at the same time, like the quality of the referees sometimes. Like I don't really know what's going on behind. But, for example, the one we had against, was it Legon Cities? It was a clear penalty. They took it off for no reason. So, like, all these things, I think, to make it a more attractive league, I think there's a lot of things need to be improved. Yeah, we need to think professional football as a business, all these people, they want to come to watch me play, to watch the team win. And, okay, for now, like for today, at least we won. But, since I wasn't able to finish on the pitch, it was quite disappointing for them. A lot more was supposed to come today, but since I was dropped off from the list today, they cancelled to come. So all these things, we need to think about promotion matters. At the same time, the league of the level, and how, like as a whole, as a country, we start promoting the football as a business itself.
The annual Sheikh Shaibutu Ramadan Cup was launched on Thursday, April 6th at the Kempinski Hotel in Accra. The competition is designed to bring the Zongo communities of Ghana together through football. Notable dignitaries like Alhaji Tamimu Issa, founder of the Ramadan Cup, Alhaji Abdul Latif, chief protocol of the Office of the Chief Imam, and Ibrahim Tanko, Black Meteors head coach, were all in attendance at the launch, as well as the sports minister, Mustafa Yusuf, who was the special guest of honor. Citi Sports' Adam Kane was in attendance and filed the following report.
The 8th edition of the Sheikh Sharubutu Ramadan Cup was launched at the Kempinski Hotel on the 6th of April 2023. The event also featured a draw for the teams participating in the competition. The competition was created by Alhaji Tamimu Isa 8 years ago to promote peace and unity among the Zongo communities in the country using football as the vehicle. The launch was chaired by Honorable Farouk Aliu Mahama, Member of Parliament for Yendi, who also doubles as the chairperson of the Muslim caucus in Parliament. Dignitaries such as Alhaji Abdul Latif, Chief Protocol Officer of the Chief Imam, Ibrahim Tanko, Black Meteors head coach, Prosper Harrison Ado, General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, and Mustafa Yusuf, Minister for Youth and Sports, who was also the guest of honor and key speaker of the event, were in attendance. Founder of the competition, Alhaji Tamimu Isa, in his address of the media, expressed happiness about the strides the competition has made.
This looks like a dream come true, in the sense that when we had a dream of this competition in 2015, 8 years ago, we never anticipated. We had big dreams for it, but we didn't anticipate that the height it has attained will be achieved so rapidly. Looking back in 8 years, where this competition has reached, the strides it has made within our Zongo communities, in the media circles, and even on the international level, it's something that all of us are proud of, because the objectives are so clear to, first of all, use the competition to celebrate our grandfather, the National Chief Imam, who is renowned for his tolerance, for his peace, for his togetherness. These are what he stands for.
Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, touched on the promotion of sports at community level in his speech, which according to him is dear to the government.
Promoting community sports is also at the heart of our core objective. Sports promotion and development start at the community level, and encouraging participating in community sports is to encourage the development of our games right from the grassroots. It is in the pursuit of this that our government has invested massively in the development of community facilities throughout the country. There are now over 125 ASOTREFs in communities throughout the country, and indeed, the Sheikh Sharabtu Sports Complex at Fadama, where the tournament is being hosted, is one of such communities built by our government. We will continue to promote community sports by investing in more infrastructure for both sports and recreational purposes.
Head coach of the Black Meteors, who was also a speaker at the event, highlighted the success of the national under-20 side, who qualified for the under-23 African Cup of Nations, and promised to provide the trophy for this year's competition.
I want to assure the organizers that I will personally provide the trophy for this year's tournament. Wow. This tournament, I've provided a lot of talent, especially the last year when I was there. I watched most of the matches, and I invited 2 players to Accra Lions. One is still with us, and I'm sure a lot of teams also are. So I hope this year's one will be better. We will have more talented players, so that, and like Mr. Temimu said, Zongo is not only for Muslims, we have Christians, so we are all together.
General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association, Prosper Harrison Ado, also assured the organizers of the Ramadan Cup of the GFA's commitment to the competition.
This as an honor done to the association, and we are always ready to provide some support in terms of football. So we would, from the Ghana Football Association, provide the match officials, and then also equipment to make sure that the day is successful. We've partnered this competition and will continue to do so.
The two-day event will be held on the 29th to the 30th of April 2023 at the Fadama Sports Complex in Accra. It promises to be an event that draws out all of the Zongo communities and lovers of the sport of football in their numbers.
We get to England now, and Chelsea have appointed club legend Frank Lampard as caretaker manager until the end of the season. Lampard, who was at Stamford Bridge on Tuesday night to watch Chelsea's goalless draw against Liverpool just 48 hours after Graham Potter was sacked, will be in charge of Saturday's game at Wolves. Nothing has been discussed about Lampard staying beyond the summer, with the process for identifying and appointing a full-time head coach continuing. The 44-year-old, who is Chelsea's record goal scorer, was dismissed as head coach at Stamford Bridge in January 2021 following an 18-month stint in the job.
You know, and when you become a manager, you understand that you don't manage your own club, the club that you say is your club forever. And obviously I've been on a different path since I left Chelsea. But to come back in a time where the club have asked me to come and take the role, of course that's the most important thing, but also with a belief that I can come and help the cause in this period to the end of the season. So I'm delighted to get that opportunity, and I want to be, I'm thankful for that, to the people that decided to give me that opportunity. I'm confident in myself. I have a good understanding of the squad. Of course, I've worked with a lot of them before, but also the training ground, the stadium, the fans, what Chelsea fans want, and I'll do my utmost in this period coming to give them what they want with my own hard work. No, but I think the role and the explanation of my role speaks for itself and the period that I'm here for. So on that term, I'm not getting anywhere ahead of myself. I want to do the best possible role I can in a way that I can impact the club in the best way in this period, and after that we'll see what happens. I don't think it's worth speaking about past moments. Roberto did an incredible job and stayed on. That's a different part of Chelsea's history, and for me, in simple terms, it won't be my decision as such. So again, I don't want to jump forward to that. And I understand I'm probably going to get asked that question a lot and asked a series of questions. I've got my eyes wide open. I expect those questions. But the important thing for me is to kind of park that to the side and focus on the job in hand for me. And I'm very excited to do that, along with the staff that I will be working with and the players that I will be working with, because I was at the game on Tuesday night. I know there's a lot of talent in this squad, not just the players that played on Tuesday, but generally I'm excited to work with that talent and help them. And that's why I'm here.
Let's now get some reactions to the latest developments and hear from some managers who have been sharing their thoughts on Frank Lampard's reappointment at Chelsea.
I know Frank as a person as well, so it's just, it's someone that's knowledgeable. It's someone with a good heart, with a good character. And for him to be in a job, of course I'm going to be happy for him. And I don't know what you said interim.
Yes.
Well, from my side, I always say long may it last, so definitely in my time as a player, he was someone that I also looked up to, so it's good that he gets a job.
It's good that Frank's been given the opportunity. I'm sure it's one that he's made up with his connection and history with the club. We've got to go down there, so hope it doesn't go so well on that day, obviously, but listen, I have respect for every single manager at every level, in work, out of work, because I know, the emotion that goes with it. It's interesting to say the least. So I wish sort of everybody well. Naturally, apart from when you come up against us, or we're trying to do the same thing,
This is the Citi Sports Roundup on Citi TV with me, Nathan Kwao. We'll take a break here, but when we return, we'll bring you some more foreign stories. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on the Citi Sports Roundup. My name is Nathan Kwao. Let's get into some more foreign stories. West Ham manager David Moyes is hoping that he'll remain in charge of the club despite his side's 5-1 thrashing at the hands of Newcastle United on Wednesday night. The result leaves the Hammers in 15th place on the Premier League table, but they are only outside the relegation zone on goal difference ahead of Saturday's trip to London rivals Fulham. Moyes understands his job may be in jeopardy, but is confident the club's board will stick with him.
It's very tight, and but there's that many bundle of teams, you just never know how it's going to go at the moment. As I said, we got a really good 3 points here on Saturday. If we could have taken a point tonight or 3 points, it would have been a real good lift for us. We didn't. We've been given a spanking, and it's up to us to try and show what we can do on the rebound from that. As manager, you always have to do it. I'm sitting here, standing up, and I have to come out and front up the questions. You have watched the games. You watched the game tonight. You are the ones who are able to write what you see. And of course, you know, I'm expecting I'm a big boy. I've left jobs at other times in the past, and if this one happened, then well, I would have to go with that. That's the case. I really like my job here. I really like the people I work for. I've enjoyed my time greatly, and I'm really hoping that there's a couple of big days ahead of us in not too dear distant future.
We stay with the Premier League in England, and Man United manager Erik ten Hag has admitted that the team is currently too reliant on Marcus Rashford for goals. Rashford has been in his best career form during the 2022-2023 season, scoring 28 goals in all competitions for the Red Devils. The 25-year-old was once again on hand to score the winner for Man United in their narrow 1-0 win over Brentford at Old Trafford on Wednesday night.
I've played a very good game, and I think he was really ball secure. He came out of the front line, used him as a target. Then he was again back in the box where we expect him to be. So he was on the right moment to finish. It was after a corner, but okay. I think the cooperation with him and Marcel Sabitzer was very well. But also with Jadon and with Anthony Dos Santos was very good. So I was happy with the front four.
Are you concerned that you're perhaps being too reliant on his goals?
Yeah, it's the truth, but also we know other players can score as well. Bruno can score a goal. Anthony Dos Santos scored already a couple of goals. Jadon Sancho can score a goal. Marcel Sabitzer can score a goal. So we have many more players across the squad who can score and already did score, but not in the...
We head to Spain now, and Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez has expressed his disappointment with the team's performance in the Copa del Rey semi-final against Real Madrid. Real Madrid emerged 4-0 winners in the second leg encounter at the Camp Nou on Wednesday in front of a packed house of around 94,000 fans. Now, despite the absence of four starters, Xavi refused to use that as an excuse for their loss.
Well, I think we played really well in the first half, and we conceded just one transition, one counter-attack, and when you don't kill the Real Madrid kill you. So this is the game today. They reach goals in their opportunities. We didn't score at least one goal. I think we deserved much more in the first half. In the second half, we don't dominate the game. They were better than us, and this is football. Just to congratulate Real Madrid because they play really well in the second half. Oh, hopefully no. Hopefully no. We need to focus immediately, forget this result, this game, especially the second half. We need to analyze very well the game, but I say to the players, I'm proud of you because we play really well in the first half and we compete really well against a very good Real Madrid.
We go stateside into some basketball now when Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James has blamed scheduling conflicts for their 11th straight loss to the LA Clippers in the early hours of Thursday. The Lakers fell 115-108 to their crosstown rivals, dropping them to 7th in the Western Conference, and will continue their push for the playoffs at home against the Phoenix Suns on Saturday, the 8th of April, 2023. James has attributed the defeat to the Lakers playing back-to-back on the road after an overtime win against the Utah Jazz.
I mean, it was tough. It's one of the toughest games we've had this year. Just coming off the road trip, and even though this is a road game, just coming off the road trip and Getting back, late last night, but after an overtime game, and it was a tough game for us. Obviously, we started off in the first half not so playing Laker basketball. We had some good spurts, but not enough. So this is one of those scheduling conflicts, in the season. And definitely got the best of us tonight. Because we captured on film and we can watch it and see some of the things we did well, some of the things we didn't do so well. At this point in the season, you don't have the ability to actually get on the floor and play 5-on-5. That's literally out of the question at this point. The only time you really do that if you get into a postseason and you close the series out fast and you have quite a while until you play the next series, then you can get a little bump. But other than that, you get most of your work, in the film sessions and on shoot-arounds and things of that nature.
And that's all for today's edition of the Citi Sports Roundup here on Citi TV. For more sports stories, log on to citisportsonline.com. My name is Nathan Carwin. Many thanks for watching.